1 and 2 are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Area 3 is the upper right lingual. 4 is the upper left buccal. 5 is the upper right buccal, and 6 is the upper left lingual. Okay. Okay, so we're going to move to the 1130 position for areas 1 through 4. So that's different than what we had with the mandible, right? We're going to use the number 5 Explorer, the 17 end, all right? Our palm is going to be facing up toward the maxilla. On the mandible, it was facing down. We're going to use the modified pin grasp, okay? And see how my fulcrum is now?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of under like that, okay? And I'm going to turn my toe in I'm going to start in the away direction, so I'm going to turn it in the away direction. I'm going to palm my mirror, and I'm going to retract my upper lip with my index finger and second finger of my non-dominant hand. I'm going to place my fulcrum on the opposite side of the tooth that I'm going to start, and I'm going to place my toe on the other side of the midline. Okay, so toe on, and I'm going to gently rock my hand, and I'm going to roll that toe toward the tooth every stroke. And as I come around the corner, I'm going to lean my hand slightly in that direction so that as I come around the corner, my shank is parallel to the long axis. Do you see that? Okay. Now my handle and shank are still on the same side that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't lean it down because now my palm is facing the ceiling. You want your palm parallel to the arch. I'm going to pick my fulcrum up. I'm going to move to the next tooth.
You should place the fulcrum on the opposite side of the tooth.
Because I'm going away
Yes, ma'am.
from my fulcrum, so that's okay. And I'm using overlapping strokes, toe on, heel off. Light grasp, light stroke, and be sure to cover as much of the proximal surface as you can, and you're going to turn your mannequin as you need to. Wrist is neutral, elbows are in, shoulders are down. All right. Then we're going to come back. So I'm going to turn my toe in the toward direction. My fulcrum is now going to be on the tooth next door. Handle and shank on the same side I'm working on. So I want to crisscross the middle of the tooth. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to start on the opposite side of the midline going this way. And when I went that way, I started on this side,
So you're overlapping.
overlapping the middle. Mhm. So I'm kind of turning my wrist slightly, but I'm leaning in the direction that I'm going so that as I get around the corner, my shank is parallel. Okay? So I went away and then I went toward, that's just because that's the way I do it. All right? The other way you could do it, we stayed in the same position, right? We didn't move like we did on the mandible.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, if we wanted, we could go toward and away on the same tooth. Just make sure you adjust your grasp and you adjust your fulcrum. Did you see how I moved my fingers though, my hand? Okay. Because you want to make sure
So
all
you
of your
move
fingers,
fulcrum closer, correct? Over more?
as I'm doing the away,
Mhm.
I move my fulcrum onto the mesial half of the tooth,
Okay.
or the away half, toward half. Like so. Okay? So you can do it that way. You can start here and do all this direction if you want, and then come back. Whatever you want to do. You've got 3 ways you can do it. All 3 are correct. Just make sure that you practice each way, see which way you like best, and then do it that way so that you get in a habit.
So the 3 are all away, all toward, then
All away.
each tooth
Mhm.
away more, and then by halves of the anterior.
No,
Away
you
more.
can't do
What
that.
was the- what was the third
No,
one?
no. This way,
Yes, ma'am.
this way,
Mhm.
or,
Or each tooth. Up.
This is good.
okay? All right, area 2 is the same thing. We're going to use complete indirect vision now. And my palm is going to be facing toward the maxilla. And my handle and shank are going to be on the lingual. And I'm going to start at the midline. Toe on, heel off. As you come around the corner, you need to lean your hand in that away direction. That will get you off of the cingulum, and it will get your shank parallel to the long axis of the tooth, and it will keep your 3 fingers together. So I'm not, as I come around the corner, doing this, and now my palm's facing down. So the clue is that your palm is always parallel to the arch that you're working on. So now I'm fulcruming like that.
Mm-hmm.
So before I was fulcruming kind of like this, and now I'm like this, piggybacked. All right, so now I'm going to come back. You see how my shank is parallel
Mm-hmm.
as I come around the corner. Okay? So in area 2, you can do toward and away and toward, or toward and away on the same tooth, and that's fine.
Could you show us the fulcrum one more time for toward and away on the area 2?
Kind of like that.
Okay.
Just like on the mandible, too, how you piggyback.
Mm-hmm. It's not quite like this.
It's not stacked up.
We're getting ready to do that though. Okay? So we're going to move on.
And that's for both toward and away.
Yeah.
For area
So
2.
I'm gonna pause it here. Okay?